Black Clover.
Spy X Family.
What?
Hmm?
You say Spy Family?
Black Clover Chapter 333.
Yeah, this is Black Clover Chapter 333, The World's Savior and Its Flaw. Last we left off, Asta confessed his love to the sister one last time before finally letting it go, like a good guy, not a toxic bro in Asta, like not a toxic bone in Asta's body. So good for him. We learn about this one person, the greatest devil host potential in the history of our family, because there was apparently this person who was born with two souls, and they bound a supreme devil, Asaroth, the time magic, to ourselves in an attempt to learn the answer. And we have this conversation between Julius, who is the Wizard King that we all know, and his younger brother, or the thing that he shares a soul with, Julius. And this is where, apparently, I guess this is where Julius took over at some point. That they're talking about how that Lucius, the evil side of him, has discovered a way for peace in the world, and he foresaw that Julius would probably try to stop him. So he went, boop, you go away now. And this is where we get the new black-haired Wizard King, who is now Lucius. And so as Asta's like, Wizard King? Wait a minute, you're not the Wizard King. And he activates time magic and stops time for everybody except for the people who are inside that little sphere, I guess, which includes Asta. And that's about it. Oh, even the sister gets time frozen. So, it's just Asta.
It's not real enough.
Yeah, it's just Asta and Lucius. So Asta transforms into his demon form, and he's like, so this is devil magic, huh? And he's like, wow, this spell is huge. He's like, yeah, I absorbed Lucifero, so I have his fucking magic power to really back me on this one.
Jeez.
Yeah.
I'm going to talk about it again, but I actually like that they specified that.
Mm-hmm.
It makes him into not this, like, I've really been the strongest this whole time type of situation.
Yeah.
It makes sense for why he waited now.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So he's like, wait, you're Julius, but you're not. Who are you? And he's like, I am Lucius Socrates, savior of this world. Julius is dead. And he explains that, like, he's been using Julius for a long time, and he'd worn out his usefulness. So, it's time to go for the real plan. He's going to repair all humans, and his siblings and him will destroy them, then use their magic to recreate them into people who are fortunate and equal in every aspect. So, he was like, everything was going according to plan. Everything was doing pretty well, except for one thing, you. And he explains that Asta, by rights, no living thing should ever be born without magic. You are this world's flaw for not having been born with magic.
Not this shit again.
Yeah, so for the sake of a just future, your flaws must be eliminated. And does Asta back down? Of course not. Does Asta get, I'm a flare? No. He turns around and he yells at the top of his lungs, who the heck are you calling a flaw, you jerk? So, that's cool. And he just yells at him for a while, like, I'm going to fucking stop you. And he said, I'm going to stop you and save him. And Lucius is like, yeah, I'm stronger than Julius, And Asta's like, do you not know who I am? I don't give a shit. He pulls out the Yami sword. He's I don't care. And we get a 2-page spread of Asta in his super demon form, almost. Well, like one of his cool demon forms. He's like, right here, right now, I'll surpass the Wizard King. And that's where the chapter ends. Pretty cool. I'll say this. This was my RGC. Was this yours as well, John?
Same.
Ooh, yep, and this was also the audience RGC.
Oh
of the
shit!
week.
Certified RGC. Certified RGC. Certified RGC.
Yeah. And if you guys want to vote on the really good chapter of the week poll, you can check out our Twitter at New Jump City. We do the poll every week, and you can vote for your favorite chapter. But for this week, Black Clover was the winner by 50% of the vote, if I'm not mistaken. 50% of the vote. It was a little divided, amongst everybody, so everybody got a little bit. But Black Clover won by a good margin. And for good reason. This was just like a cool chapter. Obviously, the origin of Lucius, of Julius, was like pretty good. I mean, I didn't really find any problems with it. I thought I would. The whole thing with Julius was like, I feel like I shouldn't like this. It feels like an ass pull, but for whatever reason, I accept it. You know what I mean? Like,
it made all right. I don't know if you want to continue to give thoughts, but like, it made a lot of sense to me.
That's why
personally, because I think I mentioned this already last week, but I already had some weird suspicions about him because I thought he was a little too enthusiastic about like the evil magic and such. Like even early on with the elves when they had that stone slab. It's the way he was talking about it was like I said, way too interested for someone that's supposed to be this good guy. And I think at the time we thought he had light magic or something like that, but it was just time magic. And him turning it was just weird. Like he turned into a child and all of that. Like, well, no, there's really nothing beyond the fact that he showed enthusiasm for dark magic. But he never really knew why. So that's why I like the little story they gave this week, because it shows that it's not that he didn't know this. Like that, it confirmed that he wasn't aware that he had a devil inside him this whole time. Even when he was older, he didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
This was, he's been in the background this whole time, but the interest has peaked out.
Mm-hmm.
That's also why he probably took such an interest to Asta by in of himself as well. Because the devil himself was like, I want to inquire more about this anti-magic child. It all makes sense to me.
Yeah.
It's plausible enough.
Yeah. That being said, I also missed this detail, but when Asta pulled out his anti-curse sword, I guess, he actually freed everybody from the time curse.
Yeah, he sent like a wave of anti-magic and shattered the fucking spell. Gangsta time. Asta don't have nothing to be scared of.
Well, it's called partner, but it should be called gangsta time.
Yeah.
Word up, yo. We know what time it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro, I just beat the king of the devils. I'm gonna pack you up and get my friend back. I'm gonna stab you with this sword, and you're gonna get extinguished and exorcised.
Yeah, I'm excited for this. We're technically past the time skip, so Asta could have gotten even stronger with his magic and all that stuff. Looking
but
forward
it's been like what, like a few months?
Like they mentioned, it's like
6 months?
years.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like 3 years or so. But yeah, great chapter. I had a good time reading it, and this 2-page spread at the end, nice, fucking
incredible.
Nice. But Josh, what did you think about this chapter?
Oh, well, I did say it was my RGC, and I think I kind of already explained it. I really appreciated the way they handled Julius's slight backstory. Although I am a little confused. Wait, did they say how long ago this was? Hold on. I'm sorry, I was looking at something.
What thing?
I was trying to figure out. Oh, a year and 3 months after the Spade Kingdom War. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, it's a year. I thought it was like a couple years.
Okay. I wasn't. It was kind of ambiguous that who's the devil family he was a part of. Wasn't that the Spade Kingdom people that were over there?
Who?
That had Magicula? Alright. When you look at the beginning of the chapter, and he's talking about his... Hold on. says, like when they're saying, I gave it a lot of thought. The greatest devil host potential in the history of our family, an exceptional being born with 2 souls and 1 body. Who is the family? Is the family that those Spade Kingdom kids,
No, this was like,
or
wasn't this
this is
Clover?
just some random family?
Well,
that
because
the
those
Wizard King was
ruins,
a part of.
those ruins are the same one that Noct had, like that Noct took Asta down to, way back in the
Right.
day.
So this was probably a different family doing their own devil
Weirdo stuff.
situation.
Yeah.
We bound the supreme devil, our sort of time magic, to ourselves. Okay. An attempt to learn the answer. Okay. And that's the conversation I had right before Julius gets sent away.
Mhm.
Where they're like, I've seen it, the future.
Yeah.
But why does he say Lucius? Does it imply that he knew of Lucius in him?
I think so. But he didn't. I guess he didn't know what the fuck he was planning.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess. But
No, I don't think he knew there was a devil in him.
yeah,
I think he's just finding out, and whatever. I don't think that's super important. I mean, I just think a lot, like a tone was set. I mean, even when he made this huge time spell, it was pretty dope. Not gonna lie, I like how he froze everybody. I thought that was pretty sick. He was trying to take Asta out right then and there.
yep,
Did y'all peep that?
Yeah.
Like, he tried to do away with him immediately. He pulled up to the scene and was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna remove you from the equation now."
I will
But
pluck
then
your
realized
head
he
off.
couldn't.
I will pluck your little head off. Pluck.
Yeah. I'm saying no Punk, and he knows that too. So that's what's kind of cool about this too. He's not some guy that's gonna underestimate Asta. He knows that he's dealing with someone that beat the King of Devils, who is above him. So he has to be smart about how he fights.
Mm-hmm.
Asta ain't never dealt with someone that can manipulate time though. That's pretty tough.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't have much else to say. Do you have any rebuttals, Brian? You're reading Black Clover now, right, Brian? Do you have any thoughts by any chance?
This certainly made me more interested in the series.
Yes.
But am I going to read it from the beginning?
You maybe should.
That remains to be desired.
All right. I mean,
We'll see.
what's the point
The
of
next
reading it now?
chapter,
You're not
the
gonna
next chapter will decide whether I watch it from the read it from the beginning or not.
All right. The answer will be no. I'm calling it here. All right. Well, that being said, I guess we can move on then. I really like this chapter. It was really cool.